While empires rose and fell elsewhere, a civilization was already thriving in the valleys of the Indus. By 3300 BCE, one of the world's first civilizations emerged, planned, urban, and remarkably advanced. Cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, built with precision, without kings, without palaces, yet perfectly ordered. India was never isolated. Its traders crossed seas, linking Mesopotamia to the subcontinent. Then the cities faded, rivers shifted, trade collapsed, and the Indus world disappeared without conquest. Avoiding flood, the Indo-Aryan speaking groups migrated into the north, giving rise to the Vedic world. From the Vedas came ideas, karma, dharma, and rebirth concepts that would outlive empires. By 600 BCE, India was no longer pastoral. Kingdoms rose, cities grew, power competed. Among the kingdoms, one began to rise. Magadha, rich in iron, guarded by rivers, hungry for expansion. Amid rising kingdoms and rigid ritual, new voices questioned the old ways. The Buddha and Mahavira, teaching peace, discipline, and liberation. In 326 BCE, Alexander the Great arrived at the edge of India, but beyond the rivers lay kingdoms too vast and an army too tired to follow. Soon after, India united under one rule, Chandragupta Maurya, founder of its first empire. Ashoka expanded the empire through war, but the suffering at Kalinga transformed him from conqueror to guardian of dharma. Ashoka ordered stone pillars to rise across the empire, carrying messages not of power but of morality. On top of the pillars, 4 lions stood back to back, their message of dharma enduring long after the empire fell. Under Chandragupta II, the Gupta Empire reached its height. Trade flourished, art thrived, and India entered a golden age. From zero to the motion of the planets, India reshaped how humanity understood numbers and the cosmos. After the Guptas' power fractured among rising kingdoms, the Palas, the Prataharas, the Rashtrakutas, locked in long struggle. While India's kingdoms competed, Islamic empires expanded across Persia and Central Asia. From Ghazni, in present-day Afghanistan, Mahmud led swift raids into northwestern India. But a century later, Muhammad of Hor returned, not for plunder, but for rule. By 1206, Delhi stood at the center of a new sultanate. Under Alauddin Khalji, Delhi stood firm even against Mongol invasion. Under Muhammad bin Tughlaq, capitals moved, new currencies issued. Under Firoz Shah Tughlaq, canals dug, cities rebuilt, administration strengthened. A new political order governed from Delhi. Turkic rulers, Persian court culture, Indian traditions. A new chapter had begun. For centuries, the Delhi Sultanate ruled northern India. But by the early 1500s, it was fractured. Nobles rebelled, authority weakened. Beyond the mountains of Central Asia, a displaced prince was watching. His name was Babur, a descendant of Timur and Genghis Khan. He fought for Samarkand, won it, lost it, and was driven out by Uzbek forces. Exiled from his homeland, he turned south toward Hindustan. In 1526, at the First Battle of Panipat, Babur's smaller army faced the forces of Ibrahim Lodi. But Babur brought gunpowder, cannons and matchlocks that shattered elephant lines. Ibrahim Lodi fell. Delhi was captured. Babur died in 1530, leaving behind a fragile conquest. His son Humayun struggled to hold the throne defeated, exiled then restored. But in 1556, fate intervened. Humayun died suddenly. The empire passed to a 13-year-old boy. His name was Jalal ud-Din Muhammad Akbar, the third Mughal emperor. Under Akbar, conquest became administration. Taxes were reformed. Religious tolerance widened. The Mughal Empire was no longer fragile. It was unified. From the Taj Mahal to miniature paintings, the Mughal era left monuments of beauty and power. At its height, the Mughal Empire was one of the richest in the world. In 1679, the sixth Mughal emperor, Aurangzeb, reimposed the jizya tax on non-Muslims, a policy that marked a shift from earlier Mughal tolerance. In regions that resisted imperial rule, some temples were ordered destroyed. Meanwhile, in the south, Aurangzeb fought decades of war against the rising Marathas. The empire expanded, but exhaustion spread. Because of the endless war, the treasury drained. When he died in 1707, the empire was vast but fragile. Regional powers rose, and foreign trading companies began to watch. In 1600, a trading company was founded in England. By 1612, the British East India Company had established its first post in India. In 1757, at the Battle of Plassey, the company defeated the Nawab of Bengal. What began as trade became political power. By the late 1700s, vast territories were under company rule, and in 1858 Britain took direct control of India. Railways spread, industry changed cities, but so did resistance. In 1947, after centuries of empire and later colonized, India declared its independence. Ancient rivers still flow, old ideas still echo. From Indus cities to a modern democracy, India endures.